Closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Richardson working from the gun. Now this taken in by Downs. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Second down and a yard. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Richardson shotgun on third down. A short throw pulled in by Woods. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So no gain on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Meadows. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Browns first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Browns at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3. If you look at this Colt defense, they are the 22nd ranked unit against the run in the NFL.
I always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man, and are you going to win that battle? You're going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground, because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle him, put him down on the spot.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Meadows. Pass complete to Judy on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. A give up the middle, Hubbard. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. No one left in the backfield as they send a man left. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Chuba Hubbard, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Colts offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. And going right back to Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. Now here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Taylor. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. This now a 3rd and 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Richardson to throw. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Browns offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get nowhere to go here, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jelani Woods from 6 yards away. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Oh, and miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. And it looks like the defense has got it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So problems there on the return, very costly, not what you need when you just surrendered the lead.
Not at all, because this now has a chance to really snowball on them quickly. Their offense was on the sidelines talking about getting on the field and getting that score back.
They call it no gain there on the first down play. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Richardson looking to throw. And that'll be caught by Tony. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Richardson looking to throw this. And this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. How about running here, guys? You might want to try throwing it.
Gay's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Browns on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. On the counter, this is Hubbard. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
He finds his man, complete. That's Cox. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 39. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Back to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Off the bootleg. Meadows. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Right back to Hubbard. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
2nd and 9. On the handoff, it's Hubbard. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerry Jeudy from 3 yards out. And the Browns are an extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now it's Richardson. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Let's go now.
Following the fumble recovery, Meadows. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He gets this one to Hubbard, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Looking to throw. Meadows. Touchdown, Browns! A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone to potentially tie this game up. Richardson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Richardson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at him. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 33-yard line.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Meadows. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. It's caught inside the 25. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Back to throw. Meadows. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
Let's go.
Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Meadows. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Browns would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Connecting over the middle with Downs. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. They'll look to throw here on first down. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Browns offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. From the gun on 3rd down. Meadows. That is caught. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. On the give, this is Hubbard. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now, during that run, an injury here, we got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Operating from the gun, Meadows. He finds his man, complete. That's Chandler. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, it's Hubbard. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Off the play fake. Meadows. This will be caught. Judy. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They'll run here with Hubbard. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Chuba Hubbard with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play.
Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Richardson. The short throw pulled in by Woods. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. The Colts send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Looking underneath and finding Hubbard. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
They'll swing this out to Tony.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Still first down.
Richardson to throw off play action. Rolling to his right. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a 14-yard pickup, but it'll still be second. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. From the 41, this is second and a yard. From the shotgun, Richardson. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Looking to throw. Richardson. The toss here completed to Pittman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Richardson out of the shotgun. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Second and 10. Back to throw again. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Let's go now. Panther Street.
Throwing to start the drive. Meadows. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Hubbard. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 3. And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 78 yards on the ground for Hubbard as that last run a first down. A handoff as they run the counter play. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. 2nd down and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This pass complete to Ruckert. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. First target, first catch, and a first down. And now they'll shift things around. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. And that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll run with Hubbard. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever...
Touchdown! Jerry... His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. Over the middle, into the hands of Woods. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Richardson working from the gun. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Richardson looking to throw. A short throw pulled in by Woods. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. From the 35, here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Richardson to throw. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Richardson looking to throw this. In trouble, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Richardson. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. Batted by the safety, but caught anyway. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Now Richardson back to throw it. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Richardson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
They'll start with the option. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense